Good morning to everyone and welcome to another update on the market. For today, I decided to cover British pound versus US dollar. I will speak about the gold market, crude oil and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with the British pound versus US dollar first. So this is a daily time frame, and I want to just point here that we're building a very tight range here. We're building the series to the higher lows, and it's very interesting that this is happening just around this key resistance area on the daily time frame, so the area around 1.2443. And many times we can see that this kind of consolidation around those key pivot points, meaning that market is having acceptance on higher levels, and that in the next period, if we have like a upside breakout of this range, maybe next week or so, if market can get tighter, then we also, if we see the breakout, then this might be the good indication. Breakout to the upside, this might be indication for the higher prices towards the let's say 2600 and 1.2660 mark. And then of course there is a pretty much like a big gap area here from the daily time frame back in I will say like mid-April last year. That is something that I definitely pay attention. Market is just now still in the middle of this consolidation, but maybe in a couple of days or so, maybe next week, if we can get tighter and then start a breakout to the upside, then this can be a very good indication for the further upside movement. Speaking of the gold market also held pretty well, even though the market and price undercut the 20 and 10-day moving average. What I found here is the market was perfectly building higher lows in the last, I will say, a couple of weeks, and we have basically our higher time frames, that 50-day and 100 and 200-day moving average, basically rising. So we have the upside trend on longer frames. And yesterday, basically, we had this mini breakout of this narrow day. So that is like a mini breakout from my perspective that can eventually lead towards the higher prices. And at least I see potential for the retest of 2047 mark, which was the previous high at that point. We also have this 2070 mark in the background, so that's also can be some major levels to pay attention on the gold. So yesterday there is this breakout. We undercut the 20-day for a couple of days, but then we had a narrow day and a breakout of that narrow day yesterday and close in the upper part. So I can see this building higher and in the next period towards those upper reference points. Speaking of the crude oil, this is basically the period of a consolidation. We have a very flat, like a 200-day and a 100-day moving average, pretty flat. The market is just basically building consolidation around them. We still didn't fulfill the whole gap, so we just stopped somewhere around in the middle, and we're building this consolidation. So for now, but basically just a consolidation phase. But we will see if the market can break out the upside or downside. Then we can open the door for some higher prices or lower prices, depend on the breakout. So for now, I'm just paying attention on this consolidation. We can also see that market rejected perfectly the 200 declining on the crude oil. Basically didn't have a power to go further, and then market started with the downside towards this gap area to fulfill the gap area. Bitcoin actually had a breakout yesterday, so we had like a 4-day balance, 3 to 4 day balance, and we're still building higher low. The 50-day moving average captured pretty good. Market found the support in the 50-day moving average, and we had a breakout of this 3-day range and this basically kind of white outside candle yesterday. So we had a breakout of that candle. And we are in the upside cycle on the Bitcoin, so we can see here that we have the rising 50-day catch up pretty nicely priced. We're still building higher lows, and see also that our longer frames like 100, 200-day moving average. They also did pointing to the upside. So there is a chance, as long as we can hold above 27,200 mark, I can see potential for the higher prices on the Bitcoin. So can the market do pull back, and then, you know, overall I see that the upside, as long we can the Bitcoin can hold about 27,200 mar, and then potentially there is a chance to retest of the highs around 30,500, 31,000, and then even if we can break through them, then 33, 34,000, even 35,000 can be in the play. Okay, that will be all for this update, guys. I hope that you did enjoy. Trade safe as always, and speak to you from tomorrow morning.